everyone, welcome to our special weekly program of TPRI Yogyakarta, Jogja Highlight. I'm Meta Kang and I'm your host today. Usually we give you an information about tourist destination and also several agenda was held in Yogyakarta. But today I will give you the extraordinary one. I will introduce you the one who achieved the Hugeng Award 2022, that he will give you an opinion about the nationality inside. Okay, before we start this program, let's reopen this program first. This is Jogja Highlight today.
Mataram Jemparingan is considered a sporting activity that is able to maintain tradition, so it needs to be preserved. Institut Seni Indonesia Yogyakarta or Indonesia Institute of Art Yogyakarta took the initiative to form an association, one of whose activity is to hold joint training in making gendewo or Jemparingan arrows. The activity was held by involving students and the public, academy and Jemparingan preservation communities in Yogyakarta special area. Through the establishment of the Saraswati Jemparingan Association in the Faculty of Fine Art, ISI, Institut Seni Indonesia Yogyakarta or Indonesian Institute of Art Yogyakarta, wants to introduce the traditional culture of Jemparingan to the younger generation, preserve and maintain the heritage of cultural art, as well as develop creativity and innovation in traditional culture. One of the activities is joint training in making gendewo or bow arrows, which was attended by 70 participants from various circles, both general, student, cultural, art activists, and academic, accompanied by Jemparingan community leaders in the special region of Yogyakarta. Jemparingan community leader in Yogyakarta and Solo. Yogyakarta contains student activity unit as one of the support for traditional culture, become a forum for preservation and appreciation activity in the university environment for the existence of traditional culture in the midst of the millennial generation. The participant, in addition to receive guidance and training on making gendewo or bow arrow from wood and bamboo, also got knowledge about how to use them. The gendewo making training was welcomed by the Jemparingan elders so that more young people can make it, because currently most of the gendewo makers are elderly. According to gendewo makers, the process of making gendewo uses hardwood material forming using a number of carpentry tools. However, the fulcrum of whether or not the gendewo function well is the bamboo material that function as a balance, which requires special techniques and experience for that attachment process. Members of EC Yogyakarta community are invited to explore new potential in adapting traditional culture with modern elements such as choreography in Mataraman-style Jemparingan art, use of tools to develop its design. With this activity, it is hoped that Jemparingan will become more attractive and remain sustainable like many people. Jogja International Kite Festival was held again at Parangkusumo Beach, Bantul after a vacuum for several years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and in 2023 it entered its 8th series. The interest of participants and visitors at the festival this time was quite large, followed by 9 foreign participants and hundreds of participants from various regions in Indonesia, witnessed by thousands of visitors who packed the festival arena. The 8th Jogja International Kite Festival in 2023 at Parangkusumo Beach, Bantul received great attention from the public or tourists who want to watch it. Thousands of visitors flocked at the Parangkusumo Beach area, taking a weekend vacation while enjoying the beauty of the beach sky, which was decorated with many kites of various shapes and sizes. The Kite Festival this time was attended by many as 1,000 participants, both from within the country and from their 5 categories of kite display and consisted, including traditional kite, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, rokaku, and trend dragons. Foreign participants mostly displayed 3-dimensional kite with various kite shapes such as cartoon movie figures. They are able to grab the attention of many visitors, especially children. No less interesting kite display by Indonesian kite team, namely the large puppet figures of Sugriwo and Subali appear to dominate. Further explains, the International Kite Festival this time was held with the support of the Yogyakarta Tourism Office and Bantul District. Taking the theme of the tradition of playing kites, playing kite is considered to have been a tradition since long ago, one of which is played different from the previous series of international kite festivals. Different from the previous series of International Kite Festival, in this festival for the traditional kite category held openly for participants from various regions, not especially for Mancungan kite from Yogyakarta. A community of young people from various regions held an art performance festival in Gunung Kidul Regency. Various kinds of art, both traditional and modern, were presented. This festival aims to boost the love of youth for regional art. Dozens of young people from various regions on the island of Java, who are members of a cross-cultural creative network, held an entertainment stage event at the Earth Watu Obong village, Wonosari Sub-District, Gunung Kidul District. In this activity, various kinds of entertainment are displayed, ranging from traditional rock art, modern music performs, painting to UMKM local participated to enliven this activity. The event called Cross Culture was held to build and strengthen the communication network between youth from various regions, so that it can be used to develop the potential of their respective region. The purpose of holding this event, in addition to strengthening the network between youth from various regions, also aimed to re-foster a sense of love for young people to the art in their area, which is currently starting to be abandoned. Young people, especially in Gunung Kidul Regency, are more appreciative and uphold the art of their respective region so that they can be better known to the public.
Yogyakarta, as a city with thousands of tradition, will certainly color your knowledge if you come to visit the city with the nickname of the City of Culture. This time, let's explore a tradition that may not have been known. Tradition carried out by residents of Gedangrejo, Karangmojo, Gunung Kidul are considered very unique. They hold a unique tradition called Cincin Goling. Cincin Goling is theatrical dozens of people chasing a rice field as a depiction of the escape of several Majapahit figures. Cincin Goling is an old tradition that is still preserved by the residents of Gedangrejo, Karangmojo, Gunung Kidul. This unique annual tradition always attracts the enthusiasm of residents. Cincin Goling begins with a cultural processions and food parcels that are brought to the rice fields and Gedung Dawang Dam in Gedangan Hamlet. The enthusiasm of the residents is centered in the rice fields around the dam. It is in this place that the theatrical Cincin Goling. Dozens of people are held Cincin Goling. Dozens of people will run in the middle of rice field. Theatrical and dance depicting the escape of 3 Majapahit figures from the pursuit of hooligans. 3 Majapahit people, Raden Wisang Sanjaya and his wife, and a whip-carrying bodyguard called Yudopati. From hereditary oral history, the 3 of them came from Majapahit who fled at the end of power. During the escape period, these figures were chased by gangs of hooligans until they survived, until they reached the Gedangrejo area. These figures were later known as the originator of the construction of dams for rice fields and fields in Kedangrejo. In addition to theatrical, also filled with the face of residents who broke hundreds of chicken ingkung. This annual event is a form of gratitude of residents for agriculture products. Until now, the Kedung Dawang Dam, which is believed to be initiated by Majapahit figures, is still a mainstay of irrigation of tens of hectares of land.
Well, everyone, we will welcoming the Independent Days of Indonesia, and of course, we will celebrate the years of politics in 2024. We want to know about the nationality inside, and we will introduce you the achievement of the Hugeng Award 2022 that will give his opinion about the nationality inside.
In this diversity, Indonesia certainly cannot be separated from problems, especially in maintaining its unity. Indonesian people must strive to continue to maintain attitudes and respect each other. In fact, realizing unity in diversity is very difficult, but it is not impossible to do. The development of human life in the era of globalization is increasingly leading to an individualistic life. As a result, they sometimes show a lack of concern in maintaining, preserving, and developing nationalism. The development of human life in era of globalization is increasingly leading to an individualistic life. As a result, they sometimes show a lack of concern in maintaining, preserving, and developing nationalism. The lack of concern for nationalism or national insight is also starting to be felt by the people of Indonesia. Globalization has caused the values that bind the unity of the nation to be neglected, displaced by value from outside. They are seen as universal values. The values of freedom, equality, and liberalism are applied without being based on the national cultural customs. These conditions illustrate the fading spirit of nationalism. As a result, many citizens feel untouched to their nation state and do not feel proud to be citizens of nation. On this occasion, we got a very valuable opportunity to talk with the recipient of Hugeng Award 2022, a son of the Yogyakarta area. While serving himself in Papua led him to be awarded as an innovative police officer who has tried to win the heart of Papua so that they are not interested in propaganda of armed criminal groups.
So it is to kind of way traffic communication between the old generation and young generation. And we will prefer for the next generation, X generation, Y generation, millennium generation. They should be know that this nation should be strong. And we are lucky that in the next future, for let's say in a gold era, we will have what we call as a bonus, demographic bonus. It means if we are not preparing from now on, then we are not get the bonus of democracy, but in vice versa, it will be get cursed generation. It means we have a lot of resources, of human resources, but they have no knowledge, they have no skill, no capability, then it will be a curse for us. Last but the least, we also sure that one of our Pancasila mentioned in the first verse is trust to God. It means that all of our Indonesian nation should be aware that that not only our effort, not only our hard working, but also we need to believe and we need to pray to the God, Allah Almighty, that our effort will be blessed by the God. That's all what I have to say to the young generation to prepare for our future. The next, let's say, 2045 will be our goal of Indonesian era.
Another factor causing the national crisis is, according to him, because the values in Pancasila are no longer used in the life of the nation and state and society. In this context, Pancasila as the archetype of the life of the nation, state, and society needs to be continuously improving understanding and implementation in the life of the nation, state, and society, as well as the formation of a nation identity. How he view the current young generation?
Let's say, in my point of view, there's a lot of threat in front of us. Life is always threat. Life is always, let's say, we live with what we call as a conflict, let's say. A historical of manhood is a historical of conflict itself. So the small in front of us, there's a lot of threat. First, let's say the ism is like ideological. Bad ideological will be bring there to the bad life. Ism, for example, terrorism, for example, that's always happen and still happen in our nation. Not only in our nation, in nationalism, also in multinationalism, globalism. It always threat, terrorism. And then also we know drug. Not easy to fight the drug. Even our leader now in let's say in central of government in Jakarta built the structure like BNN, drug directorate of drug in police maybe, and also in all department they try to fight with drug, but they still have a handicap to fight the drug. And all the generation should be aware for this threat. And the last maybe what we call as a ism. It's like let's say if we tend to have something belief and will strong belief that it is not compulsory to show up our eagerness to fight, to make sure that the others should follow our belief. This is the problem. Young fighter, let's say, let's say it happened in not only big city, Jakarta, Tangerang, let's say, in other city also. Between school they are fight, they fight each other to show you have to follow our belief, you have to follow our regulation, you have to follow our domination. It's something like that. It must happen between, let's say, high school with another high school, between school other school to another let's say another program in our let's say in our community. That is not easy for us, but there is a will. When there is a will, there's a way. So this agenda of most of our government is try to make sure that all young generation in the way of implement their life and innovative the way, government make sure, okay, that it will be in the same way as government also try to manage the balancing of life in the society, in the family, and the big arena. They maintain how to make sure security and prosperity as well at the same track. Security, try to manage the prosperity in the society, but the other side, the prosperity also need security. So this kind of aspect should be together to enhance our big goal. This is peaceful in the nation. That's all.
Indonesians must strive to maintain their attitude and respect each other. In reality, realizing unity in diversity is very difficult, but it's not impossible to do. In addition to welcoming the month of proclamation, we will soon also face a national celebration in the form of election. And the following is his impression to the current generation to welcome the 2024 election.
As we know that since 2000, before 2019, I think the first free election, we also have a kind of experience, and the maturity of agenda during our, let's say, our maintain how to make it the establishment of security, let's say security aspect, for example, because my point of view and my expertise in how to make it security in our arena, in national arena. I mean, one thing that we want and we have to encourage is our maturity in terms of security, in terms of we know exactly how the political situation make us getting mature in terms of how we try to select which one the better choice of us. Anyway, part of the situation that, according to me, really involve the situation, it will come from our candidate, for our leader, for our party. Most of them have to be aware, have to be at the same frame to make the nation safe, to make the nation secure, and to make the nation safe. That's the most important thing. One, they say together as a leader, as a head of party, let's say, they make the situation cool, calm, then it will come to our, let's say, to our society, that it will be also confident that, okay, the next election 2004 will be success, will be smooth, will be safe, and will be beneficial for all of us as a community of Indonesian.
Yogyakarta as a tourist destination not only offering you the beautiful landscape, but we provide you some hangout places that will give you attraction to go to Yogyakarta. And this is several places that's so cool to hang out with your friends.
The Muara Jogja is a unique restaurant with a semi-outdoor dining concept, like a restaurant on the island of Bali, located at the mouth of the Opak River, which is directly adjacent to the Bantul beach of Yogyakarta. The Muara is the new seafood restaurant in Jogja, carrying a different concept. The restaurant, which only opened in March 2023, did not take long to get attention. In addition to a variety of dishes with various processed fish, shrimp, and crab, this location is also a new sunset hunting spot in Jogja. No need to be confused about when is the best time to stop by here. The Muara Jogja is open every day from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So, from lunch to dinner, guests can come to taste a variety of mainstay menus. The concept of this seafood restaurant is semi-outdoor. When you come during the day, it might feel very hot. so it is more advisable to come in the afternoon while enjoying the sunset. This place can also be used as an option for a vacation with family. Besides, there is a very large place to play with family in outdoor arena. This place also provides a seat that can directly see the beauty of the Barros Beach estuary. At this location also rent boats for visitors to enjoy the view of the Barros Beach estuary while enjoying the sensation of riding a small motorboat. It's just that you have to beware of the weather condition and the wind which sometimes blows very strong. For the price of food offered is also very affordable and the taste is very fit with taste. So this place is always crowded, especially if the holiday season.
It's been 30 minutes. I take you around to see the wonderful of Yogyakarta. Don't forget to join us next week to see another side of Yogyakarta. I'm Meta Dokang with all crew of Jogja Highlight. Would like to say thank you very much for watching. See you and goodbye.